I worked with water-soluble oil paints on the gel plate for these lovely little prints. I used a few different objects to make them. Hello Jelly fans! After my cyanotype session, I urgently had to go back to my favorite medium, the gel plate, and try something new, water mixable oil paints. I've had the set for a while and haven't used them for regular oil painting until I recently tried them on the gel plate and found that they are as smooth and fine pigmented that I wanted to do more with them. I'm starting by using the lamp black and roll out just a small amount and spreading it evenly and thinly. This is my main object for today. It is a brand plate of some sort and it's not a relief, but the metal comes in two variations and because of that might make an impression. I haven't found out yet what Piso was, but on the back someone wrote the letters DKW, which used to mean Deutscher Kraftwagen in German, meaning automobile. And they used to call it that back in the 60s, so I guess this was an automobile parts brand. And don't you ask me why I'm combining dried bamboo leaves with that. Maybe it's a silent complaint for the destruction of nature by cars. No, don't worry, I am not getting political here. I'm picking up excess paint with a regular copy paper. And then I'm taking off the objects. You can already see it printed well, apart from that part in the middle, which you'll see in a few seconds. Rub, rub, rub. See there? There's a hole in there, and it's ruining two of the letters. Now, I could really treat the metal plate with something with alcohol or so and get rid of that, which is obviously not printing. But sometimes I just want to work with what the objects and the paint and the gel plate give me. So here comes the Piso plate again, and I'm printing it on a thin layer of French ultramarine. And this is a found object. I have the habit of collecting trash in the streets that looks interesting. Please don't despise me for this. It's all for the arts. Picking up the paint in the area around it with some deli paper. It is quite difficult as this baby bottle is not really flat enough. I'm picking up the imprint with a thicker but cheap watercolor paper. There you see, that hole appeared again, and the bottle doesn't really show as a bottle. But this all adds to the inspiration I get later for the workout. I hate to say it, but the letters, I think they're saying poo now. I'm showing you what's left on the sign. It's an interesting decalcomania inside the letters. Sorry, forgot to press record when I brayered out the burnt sienna color. And why do you think I'm combining a baby bottle with an automobile parts sign? My political subconscious again, I guess. This is way too hard. I'm trying to wiggle the bottle a little bit, but still doesn't work. I would have to make the object flatter, but I think it will break. Picking it up with the watercolor again, watercolor paper, sorry. And yeah, there it is, the poo and the baby bottle. Maybe there is a connection. I like the brown and the blue combining and mixing. This is because before I use a new color, I'm not cleaning anything, not the sign and not the brayer and not the gel plate. So these colors mix well. And I'm picking this up from the sign itself. And this is actually black. And I didn't print it back and forth, so it's mirrored. And here comes the French ultramarine again. I'm speeding this up a little. Basically always the same thing. very thinly, very evenly. And now I'm making a structure before I print the objects. I'm just using a little tissue to make some. I don't press it very hard into the paint because I still want the objects to make an impression. So the Piso. And this is a cassette. I mean a tape, but it's actually not a tape. It's a belt buckle, really. It's smaller than a tape, but you can print tapes as well. I did that before. By the way, you don't have to rub in and let it sit for a while, as with acrylics. The oil paint, you can pull the print right away. Very subtle, nice, lovely textures in what looks more like an indigo blue now. And in that hole, which has gotten a lot smaller now, there is also a lovely texture to work with. Working with a burnt sienna again, that is mixing a little bit with the blue that's left on the plate. And here comes the audio tape, belt buckle, and the Piso sign. There's not enough room for the two objects, but it makes it even more interesting if you just pull them one over the other. Made a little texture in the usual hole with the paper, and another nice brown blue mixture. You can almost read what it says on that belt buckle. See the little decalcomania thingies? I love them so much. Another French ultramarine round. The belt buckle. And I'm putting on two coins. One is from Indonesia and one is an old 50 Pfennigstück from Germany. I think it's from the 50s or so. Always historical with me. Piso sign, and this time I'm making another texture with a cling foil, which I have often done. It's such a great medium. Taking all off. It's already looking good. And pulling the print. And the coins really show nicely. But as with the others, I'm gonna work on this more in the next part. Today is printing only. So I'm using that burnt sienna again. Sorry to always stick with quite the same colors, but if I'm focused on a mix of certain colors, I always want to repeat it. You can make everything more colorful, if you will. I put on that little pocket knife I have there. It has a lovely structure. And I'm not starting to think about what all this means. And note that I'm using the side of the cling film that has blue paint on still, because I want it to go in there. Mix with the brown again. Pressing down for a little while. And another blue and brown mixture. I like the knife really. And coming in with the French ultramarine again. And this time I'm making something special. Because of that, I need blue. Because I want to make it look like it's water. And I'm gonna press that Piso in. Sideways like this. And on the other side. So I'm hoping for a look like there's a reflection in the water. You know what I mean? Of course, the letters aren't exactly mirrored, but if I work on it, you will probably believe it. And some more texture with the tissue. And this is the result. It turned out almost exactly like I wanted it. And in the next part, you will see how I make this into a lake water reflection. Blue again. I'm so boring. Sorry. But I'm putting over that, I'm putting some burnt sienna. And this time it's not gonna mix so well. Probably because of the other objects I'm using now. It's gonna turn out just brown. This is some gift wrapping ribbon, gift robbing ribbon, and another one that doesn't have a good structure at all. And this is also a see-through one, so I have to dab through it with a tissue to get something. Doesn't look so great, but it's just a test for a few ribbons that I have new. And it's not that bad. And I'm gonna print some more on that in the next part, because this is not enough for me to be interesting to work out. And I'm putting on just a very slight layer of blue followed by sienna. But yeah, there's more brown down there. And this is a silicone spatula or a silicone brush. And I'm writing Tina's art mirrored. And I always love what these silicone brushes give me. They have these nice little stripes. You see that? I mean, look at the letters. I'm not really good at doing this. Both A's are wrong. But this was just a little test, just for fun. So that's actually all I'm printing for today. And this is a little teaser for the next part. You will see me work them out with my beloved pencils. And then I'm doing something with the holes by filling other stuff in. In this case, I want to print the little roses in that hole with the help of a masking tape sheet. Didn't turn out so well, so I'm adding more black roses, printing them directly. That's real beautiful. And I'm working with a stencil. This is only a teaser. You'll see it in some real time. And I'm making a collage out of the black hole. Very lovely, shiny sheets there. It's like leaves of gold, but with a pattern. Some more gold on that one. And of course, you will also see me work out more with pencils. So I'm really looking forward to showing you that, because that's actually the most fun part for me. So hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.